YouTube session, I don't know which one, episode 3. The rumbling train pokes out of this misty tunnel, upsetting every which way, and the low-rise, rusty buildings kind of begin to pop around you like mushrooms as the train speeds into this. What looks to be a populated area. The ceiling above you, haunted by this misty, dark blue glow, and irregular rain falling. So you guys are in a huge cave, so this can't be rain. This is just moisture coming down from the ceiling, 1 billion kilometers above you guys somewhere. And the ceiling is boxed with various angles of holes that go every which way. And then the ceiling slowly gets higher and higher and higher until it's about maybe 150, 200 meters high. And all around you, these ancient, epoxied, rusty buildings that are completely deteriorating from the wetness and the constant mist and the ever-permeating smell of rust. Eventually the train, shudders and the engine begins to sputter out, and the train dies exactly as it arrives in this what I showed you, Raka Master handout. It kind of coasts into this ancient factory-looking thing. Whatever this was used for is now undeterminable. These ancient symbols everywhere, ancient writing of a language that is no longer used by the Abrigado species, which once made this place home. Now there's probably none of them. Probably all of them have left. And the forbearing statue of an entirely naked humanoid species creature staring dead into your eyes. And the train stops, and Ego comes out of the door, and he says, "That's about as far as she'll get us. We are on foot from here." And this is exactly where you took the train from, Zim. And this was the only train that led into this particular tunnel. So,
yeah.
As you troop off the train, you see Ego, and he hefts this huge torque wrench, and he walks around the train. He begins to dismantle the engine block and ruin this train.
Is it like another car, or is it?
Why? What are you doing, brother?
No one should go back there ever.
They will. This doesn't help. Come, I'm picking the wrench out of his hands. Come, brother, let's do something more useful. Let's honor your brother's legacy.
You're trying to take the thing. You're trying to take the torque wrench away from him, and he kind of wrests it back, and he starts just smashing the thing to pieces. There's only so much a little Bothan can do with a single torque wrench. So eventually the instrument breaks, and he did a little bit of damage, but nothing Neron and H.U.M.A.N can't fix in like a few minutes. And then he spits on the thing.
My guy, you do understand, some people need to get out of this planet eventually.
He says, "There's another way. There's another way. I know. There's. Well, how did you come to N3, Zim? You came from elsewhere."
Well, I came from. It's kind of difficult to say. I followed some of the guys. I'm not even sure how I got here. It was so.
This is how you get in. Sorry.
How?
You followed this outside line to an ancient pass, and then through the bulk gate.
Okay. Well, I came through the bulk gate. I know that there's a way out of there, but from there on out, I don't know where to go.
Maybe we should have gone that way, not with this Imperial plan, but oh well. I guess it's still good to have more information. Thank you. Right. So, is it far away now on foot?
Eagle says, not that far. Come, you guys can crash in with me until you find your own place to stay. I have an extra room. And he kinda inhales. He turns to give the train one final smack, the instrument entirely deteriorating in his hands now. And he starts leading you through these winding...
Can I take an ignition source from the train so that it doesn't get stolen?
No, not easily. In fact, Ego probably had the right idea to break it. So only you guys can... He already knows that you guys can repair it, if you wanted to. So, as upset as he is, there's probably a method to his madness.
Yeah.
So no, you can't sabotage it. You need to spend a downtime activity sabotaging it.
Okay, well, never mind.
Okay. The winding tunnels, the cave around you shortens and straightens, and now it is this straight but extremely claustrophobic dark path where you are wading through knee-high water, and now it opens up again into the N3 city in earnest. It's about maybe 12 kilometers lengthwise and about 1 kilometer girthwise. However, all of these huge stalactites kind of separated into distinct areas, and you never have more than, I want to say, a few hundred meters of unobstructed view. There's always either the rusty giant of an ancient building, a self-aggrandizing statue of these bold humans that keep staring at you from all angles, or else a natural stalactite growth that connects to the ceiling above you guys. And Ego leads you through these winding passages into this wide open area where a square factory with circular turrets overlooks the road. This place is huge, and also most of it is submerged in water, as most of the things here. But there's a central area in it that's elevated, that contains a relatively large living space. A huge hangar that is covered on all sides, like an entry area with a little defensive turret placed in there that is currently unpowered. And the central living area, which consists of 5 or 6 rooms. One's a kitchen, one's like a spare room, one's a... and this is, for the intents of purposes of our game, this is a black site that you guys can use. Although it's a black site that you don't control. Ego controls it. So he can kick you out, and then we'd have to, if you want to come back in, you'd have to, fight him and all of his traps that he's put in and stuff. But for right now, you guys can use it. And it just contains a barracks area and like 1 luxury quarters that he uses. And it also contains a hangar, which contains a ship which is destroyed. And he leads you in. He unhooks like an ancient chain thing that is deteriorating. And he says, "You're probably wondering why nobody has robbed me." And he leads you in, and he opens the door, and he says, "That's why, because there's nothing to take here." They occasionally try and take the turret apart so they can steal it, but they can't take it apart. It's a custom turret that I've built. And for the first time since this has started, he smiles a little bit. And he says, he throws his little bag aside and he says, "Yeah, we don't shower. Water is too valuable to shower. In fact, if the bulk gate is closed, I imagine there's been a contamination of the water source. And if the water treatment plant isn't working, which I hope which I'm sure it's not, because half of the power is out, then there's no new water sources. So whatever water they have stored is gonna run out. And knowing what I know now about the train, that is what was bringing the spare water. So this city has maybe a few weeks of water supply left, if that isn't contaminated. And then, well, I guess the Mandos are gonna venture out to the work camp and fix it. To the water treatment plant and fix it. If they can negotiate the obsidian tunnels. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some shut-eye. And I suggest you do the same, and we'll talk in the morning.
Alright, thank you.
And he goes to his luxury quarters. And he says, this is off limits to you. And he closes the door.
Fair enough.
Would want me to play with his toys, I guess.
Yeah. You are left to your own devices.
I'm gonna check out the ship.
Alright. Let's do a downtime activity first. And the downtime activity, so you've already taken the just sleep. I'll let you take the just sleep one more time. And then another custom thing to this place will be introduced, which is the water. So you're gonna need to source
Sorry,
water.
you're disappearing again.
Yeah, it's sounding choppy.
Yeah? No, that's probably Discord.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, you're very choppy
Yeah.
for me as well.
Yeah, for me
Same.
as well, yeah.
It's definitely an ice problem.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that nice.
we're in Bucharest for some reason. Let's go somewhere else.
I can show you the world.
You're using a VPN?
No. No. Yeah, it is Discord being poopy. Let me pause the recording. It's very long.
It's homework for you. Next
I
week
do-
you should know it.
I don't know this one. I know most of the Raven, but I don't know Nemesis. Most of Nemesis. Hello YouTube, we are back. Technical difficulties. Dun, 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 dun.
Your call is very important to us.
Yes, your call is very important to us. Let's do downtime activities first. Let's tend to the new guys and slowly bring them into our many custom mechanics that we have. So you don't need to worry about this. I'll keep reminding you until you guys kind of learn them a little bit. So hit dice. We don't follow the normal hit dice rules. Instead, the hit dice are a pool that you have, and you can have as many as you can accumulate. And also other things consume hit dice other than healing. So that's a representation of the fact that your characters are, mortal beings and are gonna get tired, when you ill-treat your bodies and your mental states, your characters are gonna lose their ability to adventure until you rest, and more importantly until you roleplay. So that is like to ensure that you don't push the dungeons too hard and you don't go too crazy, etc., etc. So for example, Penn here under core, he's added under resources and traits, he's added a custom resource under resource 2 that says inspiration. Actually under resource 1 that says hit dice. He's that is where he is putting his hit dice. He currently has 10. He'll probably have more now. So all of you, the new guys, Zim and Trakyy, you guys can start with 10 as well. Like sometimes I'll tell you, take some away. Sometimes I'll tell you, add some, when you're resting, when you're eating exotic food, when you're just chilling on a paradise world, which this is not. And sometimes I'll tell you, add some, subtract one. It's not important that you do it every single time, although it is. What's important is that you're not too far from the party. So if you have too much, then you losing any will not be a challenge for you. And if you have too little, you will sometimes get into a train wreck and you will lose 15 of them. And then when you can't pay the hit die toll, you start incurring exhaustion every time you can't pay.
Yeah.
And if you get 6 exhaustion, you die. So
Yeah.
the combat of the game is often not geared, in very rare circumstances such as this one, here with the Mistborn. you are meant to face an overwhelming opponent, but most of the time the combat will not kill you unless you roll really poorly. This is what will kill you, and you won't die in glamorous battle. You will die on Tatooine without water, right? So
Yeah.
so it is important, and these are survival mechanics. So we seem to be liking them, maybe ? So think about if use them now and think if you like them, and I'll ask you in some time if you like them.
Yeah, the only thing for me, Ice, is that I have to keep track of 3 different things as well, besides
Wow.
inspiration, which I need those resources things for, so that I don't lose track of it. Otherwise, I tend to lose track of it.
Yeah, so
That's why.
you can go to biography. Yeah, I see you've done that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in personality traits, just keep track of it there. It's not that important to keep track of it every time. Sometimes there's a huge payout or a huge loss. It is important to keep track of them then, but best effort.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we use is downtime activities that these guys use as well. So there's a list of downtime activities in the master handout. If you go to the handouts channel and you open the master handout, which is at the very top, and you then go to downtime activities. So you're not limited to downtime activities are under downtime house rule.
Oh, the master handout. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
okay, no, sorry.
And then other uses of your downtime.
Yeah.
So you're not limited to those. If you want to do something custom, like, I want to, investigate this location, that'll be an exploration thing. And there's the stigma in 5e that you're not supposed to split the party. Do split the party. Write your own story. It's fine. Just don't hog the spotlight too much. I'll control it. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Particular attention to the just sleep, which the party seems to be doing a lot of. It gives you 3 times your level in hit dice. And it's very important to not be cut out in the open without any hit dice. Yeah, give this a read. Like a glance over.
Yeah, I already have an idea, but
yeah. So we're gonna do the downtime activities. We're gonna do you last. We're gonna start with Human, because Human, you wanted to explore this thing.
Yes. So in the handout, it says that they do fishing trips and fungal expeditions. So I want to do that, but make it a little, something that a droid would actually enjoy.
Okay.
So how about going magnet fishing?
Magnet.
Find somewhere. Yeah, you toss out a magnet somewhere in a deep cave hole, whatever. And pull it back up. See what sticks.
Okay, cool. You wanna what is essentially scavenging. You wanna do with a magnet. Yeah. In a body of
but
water.
Since it says the fishing, the city has no hospitals or bars, it's just a shithole.
Okay.
Let's do some fishing.
Sure. Okay.
Magnet fishing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. What will that be? Will that be survival? That will be a survival check to forage. Or you can also use. Yeah, I guess survival is fine.
Can we do intelligence? Because find somewhere where it's useful to do it.
You specify that it's like you're randomly fishing in bodies of water. If you particularly target a place like a spaceship that you want to start disassembling for the.
I want to look for somewhere where droids, where there's a bunch of broken down droids, because I want to find some fancy droid parts, right?
Okay, cool. I gotcha. Most of that downtime activity will be actually locating that place. So let's start you off with a survival and then immediately an intelligence check. So do both.
All right, we'll do that.
That's
Great.
Survival, is it? Okay.
Yep. And then intelligence check as well?
Sure. And you can also add your proficiency to that. So that's a 13. Okay, cool. We will sort you. We'll sort you. We'll sort you now. I forgot how I used to do it. Yeah. Well, we will generate the stuff that you have found now, and the roleplay stuff we will generate later. I need to go to my equipment. master list, or actually loot master list. Where is it? Where is my loot table? Is it this? I'll slash that in. So let's see. Genetic later. Where do I keep track of these? Right here. That will be Human. Human, you are making bank.
Ooh, exciting.
Alright. You wander on out into the gloom with your trusty magnet fishing pole. And you find a crashed, what appears to be a transport ship from the olden days that is half submerged into this not salt water lake, with the side of it protruding. And you kind of climb this installation a little bit, and you sit yourself down, and you cast your line into the murky waters, and you spend yourself doing this for a couple of hours. It's mostly junk that you fish out, but this very strangely balanced collimator thing you extract, and on its side it is engraved with the same symbol that was on the wrist of the bird person Trakyy that you just discovered. And this is some kind of Jedi cruiser collimator, which appears to still be functional. And you quickly appraise that, and it'll cost anywhere between 400 and 750. However, you need to find specifically a shipyard to sell this to, which this place does have. So go ahead and note this down. I've noted it down for you as well.
So add, what's it called?
It's called a collimator.
I don't know how to write that. I'll just invent the way to write that. How about that?
Sure. And up to 750 you can get, but you need to sell it into a place that builds ships. It is not useful to anyone else, and you probably won't get that much. So that'll be where you're going. Let's do T next.
Yes.
What are you going to do with your downtime?
I would like to try to find water.
Water.
Because I want to wash my face. Yes.
All right. Yeah, that'll be pretty similar. Pretty similarly, a foraging survival check, and I think you have advantage on those.
Yes,
As you're
I do. A good thing I have +0 to survival.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. This place used to have a thriving fishing industry. Now all of these, with the water contaminated as much as it is, now all of these abilities are, now all of these facilities are abandoned. And you wander into one of these rust buckets, and you find a huge, maybe, I want to say 150 liter container of water that is untouched. Whatever chemistry has been introduced to the water to purify it almost 150 years ago is still active. So, as long as nobody else finds this, you are set for water.
Okay.
Only you know this. Make note of this. And next time I ask for water, so it'll be another couple of days, you refill your own stores, and you have yourself a shower.
Okay. I look amazing now. Thank you.
Yes. Who's next? Moving on. Penn, what about you?
I think Penn is taking this time just to meditate.
Okay. So that'd be
a lot has happened, so
the meditate activity or the just sleep activity?
Let me see what the difference is again.
One's for hit dice, the other is for a hero point.
I'll do the hit dice one.
Okay. So you're meditating, but you're mostly just resting.
Yeah.
So 3 times your hit dice. So that's 6 for you, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Neron?
I think I'm just gonna sleep.
Sleep. Cool. So 9 for you. All right.
Yep.
Trakyy and Zimmer, are you guys ready to do this with the rest of the party, or are you still reading
Yeah.
for the? What do you want to do
I
for your
know.
downtime?
Well, for me is I don't know if we have any tons of scrap, but I don't think so right now.
In the ship, not here.
Yeah, it's on the ship, but I'm gonna say that you can locate scrap here as well.
Yeah. Okay, then I would like to spend my downtime crafting something actually,
Okay,
if you don't mind.
not at all. What do you want to craft? Is it a minor item, a major item, or a consumable?
A major item.
A major item. All right, what's that?
It would be a weave armor chassis.
Cool. So that is a major item. Let me see my own crafting rules. Major items require 5 downtimes per tier. So is it a standard tier?
Yeah, standard, because it's the highest one that I can do for now.
Okay. I'm gonna give you for this one activity unlimited scrap. This facility is adjacent to another facility. It's pretty much infinite scrap, but if you keep doing it, you're gonna eventually upset someone. So
Yeah.
you use so there's no day-night cycle, or rather there is a little bit of a day-night cycle here, as the blue sky above you eventually grows dark. So there is some connection to the outside world, and it is exactly when it is dark, with your dark vision as well, is when you go out to forage for scrap. So 2 checks. The first one is the foraging check itself, so that's a survival.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll that now. Let's see what is the quality of the stuff that you find.
Could I have temporary boosted that?
Yes! Go ahead and roll a d4. You have the spell, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d4. Perfect. You procure enough scrap for the entire work process. Let's see how many downtimes is it actually going to take you. Go ahead and roll your... what tools are you going to use to craft this?
For this one, I'm actually using my Tinkerer's implements.
Yeah, for armor you can use your Tinker implements, though ideally you would want to use armor mech implements.
Yes.
So I'm not going to give you disadvantage. Let's see how much you roll. I'm going to set your difficulty class to 13.
All right.
And if you roll above a 13,
and-
you get 2 successes. If you roll below, you just get the 1 success.
Yeah. I'll temporarily boost myself even for this
Sure.
one, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, that's a huge roll. I'm gonna give you 3 successes. You almost got 30. If you had gotten 30, that would be impossible difficulty. So if you had gotten 30, I'd just let you complete the whole thing. But 29, you get 3 successes. So you get 3 downtime uses. So this item would normally take 5 downtimes. You complete 3 downtimes in a single downtime. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So that is what you are doing. And finally, Trakyy, what are you doing with your downtime? You recover your sight, and you also recover your physical faculties. Your mental ones, maybe not so much.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to get my mental faculties back, and by that I mean I want to meditate
Meditate.
and hopefully get a hero point.
Cool. Yeah. Go ahead and roll that.
Alright, and I believe I had advantage of that, right?
Yes.
So that's 2, like 20. And it wasn't this time. Maybe
Not
next time.
Your inspiration is maxed out. I've given you inspiration, but it's already maxed out. So yeah. So let's go. Let's once again go down the list of players. What do you look like in this downtime, human?
So Human walks out into the central square, the dirty, dingy central square, looks at a notice board and notices fishing trips. Now, Human has no interest in organic fishing. That's silly. What he does get is an idea to go magnet fishing. So he goes out into the boonies, finds a hole, and tosses magnets in on a wire. And that's where he sits all day contemplating the broken droids about him, thinking about what happens to the droids back in the tunnel, the suffering droids that he couldn't help, and these two Zim that followed him all the way here, which is absolutely ridiculous, and a bird that showed up in the tunnel. It's a bit much. He's just zoning out, spacing out a little bit, trying to contemplate all of this that's happening.
Alright. Who's next? Lumiya. What does Lumiya look like? Do we have a sexy Lumiya from the back scene? Like there is in all movies?
Not because she's like old, actually.
30 is not old. What do you mean she's old?
She's old. She's
30
like,
is not.
She's like
You.
30. She's like 40. Oh, she's so old. She's like twice my age.
You
Like, never mind.
fetus. Okay. No sexy Lumiya scenes.
Yeah, so like she's just gonna reapply all of her maquillage, or how it's called in English.
Yeah,
It's
makeup.
the same. Makeup. Yeah.
Mascara.
Yeah, so and now she actually looks like sexy Lumiya now, and
Okay.
and not like this just absolutely exhausted and like terrible old lady. Yeah.
Whoa.
So and then I guess Lumiya will return to everyone and say, I found some water. Here it is. Don't tell this fucker who closed himself in luxury. Not our business anymore.
Okay.
And that's it.
Alright. Sorry, who's next? I forgot the row in which we go. Was it Penn? Penn, what do you look like?
What do I look like?
This downtime activity. What does Penn look like? In this downtime activity, what is it that he does?
Yeah, he's mostly just taking this time to rest up, to think about what he's gonna do with his new Jedi friend. Trying somehow to come up with some answers.
Whoa. So he's just snoozing on a couch then, is he?
Yeah, basically.
Alright. And I'm sorry, who's next? Neron? What does Neron look like?
Well, he's just gonna like try to find some cloth around here, like some big piece of cloth to like make into a makeshift hammock or something, and then just fucking pass out for a couple of hours.
Whoa. Snoozing. Alright. Good vibes in the snooze room. What about you, Zim? What does Zim look like?
Well, before doing the description, I wanted to ask you one thing because maybe I didn't understand correctly. But so I did 3 out of the 5, or I did it all in 3?
You did 3 out of the 5 downtimes required. So we need to do 2 more successful downtimes.
Gotcha.
So
Alright.
this probably doesn't make sense. It'll make sense when you're trying to do this while being shot at.
It makes sense. It was me just being okay. Did I not hear correctly, or am I thinking about it differently? But in any case, yeah. So it's still not an so what Zim looks like? A little bit skittish since he's robbing the place in a way. But it then looks like I don't know, one of those people that have the mask on to protect themselves from the sparks and everything.
Cool.
And
like
trying to, kind of like a welder's mask, trying to take his own armor and improving it bit by bit.
Cool. All right. And what about you, Trakyy?
Trakyy is probably finding himself very comfy in this newsroom as well. But instead of sleeping, he is just going on his knees and meditating. And he's not having a good time. Or he was expecting to find something. All he finds is pain and silence and cold. And that's really upsetting for him.
All right.
He's starting to maybe believe that there is some truth behind that terrible joke that people are making.
All right. You cast out with the force. You sense all of this misery, but it's also more than that. You know, through Penn sleeping several floors underneath you. Your quiet corner is up in a taller place in this same facility. Penn snoozing underneath you, even though there's absolutely no way you can hear him. There's like 5 walls between you and him. You kind of sense where he is, and when communing with the Force through your own through your own being, you sense that yeah, he's definitely telling the truth, all of that misery, all of that pain. And then as you cast towards him, you kind of gain the perspective of his connection to the Force and how damaged it is, and how he's barely even a Jedi anymore. In fact, it'll probably be incorrect for himself to call himself a Jedi. And as you ponder this, you're kind of looking at his aura, you're sensing, all of the experience that he's accrued in these years, and then at the back of him, there's like this black void. And at first you're like, oh, this is the dark side. I've been trained to recognize this, but no, it's not the dark side. It is literally nothing. It is abyss. It is a damaging of the Force so complete that the Force actually ceases to be. And it's kind of like a scream in your head. And that is why you don't get your hero point. You were so close to being in tune with the Force, and then you recoil. And you have beads of sweat coming down your feathers. Is that how it works? Alright.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
We'll do another 15 minutes and then we'll call it. So we'll do one more scene. Early the next morning, you guys troop into this common room to beget the smell of eggs, like butter basted eggs and some strange herb that is local to this place. And Ego is making you guys breakfast. There's a huge vat of egg yolks that he appears to be stirring with like a nut tightening instrument with like a huge spanner. He doesn't have a wooden fork to stir this with, so he's stirring it with a huge spanner. And he's kind of setting the table, and he's like, all right, well, you guys are my guests, and I made you breakfast, and I'm gonna stick around for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna be leaving this place for good.
Living where? Like to the Gate and to Cortesia, or like what?
You're very quiet, T.
So like you would like to go to line 575?
Yes, and then to Cortica, and then hopefully away from this horrible place.
Fair enough.
I'd ask you guys for a ride, but your ship is probably scuppered by now after what you've done. Which, and I say this in the best possible way. I mean this in the best possible way. You are what the Empire will call terrorists, and what other people here will call terrorists as well. And I'm not saying you are, but you know,
we definitely are from their point of view. It's just that,
from every point of view. Do you know how many people there were on that train?
Yes, one man's terrorist is another man's resistance fighter.
I'm not gonna argue with you guys. I'm sure you did what you thought was best at the time. I'm sure Lumiya is not going around shooting people and then cackling evilly. That's not what evil is.
No, I don't. What happened? We didn't really want it to destroy it.
Have you seen a bad buffet and Lumiya's reaction? I don't know.
Okay. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's better that I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Empire has a price on your head now. I'm pretty sure, knowing the guys that hang around here, I'm pretty sure they also have a price on your head. In fact, don't show your faces. In fact, just whatever you're doing here, go about your business. Don't talk to literally anyone ever. Just ignore everyone, Burning building down, children screaming inside, you don't care. Go do your thing, and then I'm gonna find us a way out of here, and then we're gonna go to Cortica, and then you're gonna get arrested. And then I'm gonna leave. So, just stay out of sight. And I mean this in the best possible way.
Sell us out, What do you mean arrest us? We're not gonna get arrested. We're probably gonna get shot. Anyway.
That's true.
Alright, so I will try to explain to him the supernova thingy. Like, I need to get to that ship stuff or something. Like,
move your microphone closer and explain it in roleplay.
Alright, let me remember, because it was like months now. So there's a ship, right? I'll show him my supernova radiation calculation and all this gibberish thingy. And as I believe, there is, I think, in the center of this zone, and there are like, what's coming out from there? I'm not sure about that one, but I need to get there. And do you know anything about it, or do you know anyone who might know about it?
Can I also kind of stand behind her and use minor hologram and kind of have a PowerPoint presentation with pictures and
Yeah, that's very Neron. Yeah, he says, I have no idea what the fuck you learn about. This doesn't make any sense to me. But between here and the center of the Aphotic Zone are the salt fields. So I guess there's a storm beyond. So I guess the people here call them the Stormlands. So just head out the boat gate through the Aphotic Zone, where you are going to die from either exposure or those horse things are gonna kill you, or I guess the Mandalorians are gonna shoot you. Horse things, and he snaps his fingers. He says their name is. He says the locals call them Ekri. They're horse things. They have. I guess they have a big ass ferrite crystal in their chest that kind of powers them. They're born somewhere out in the salt fields, and then they run around, and then the Mandalorians kill them.
By the way, what are Mandalorians doing in this shithole?
He says, you would have to ask them. Clan Wrath. He says there are two main factions in N3.
Are they gonna shoot me at sight, or actually gonna talk?
Probably stay away from them. So they're in RSR. So the old Republic barracks building is now their main base. They harvest. There's about 20 of them, maybe more now. They're very well connected on Braca. They exclusively hunt these horse creatures, and they harvest them for ferrite crystals. And there's also I guess they're the clan, quote unquote, and the others are the tribe, quote unquote. It's the Kaluak. They are the local Abednego peoples they're not native to Bracca, but they used to be more numerous than they are. And this is Calcastus' friend on Bracca, was that species. It's called Abednedo, and I keep forgetting what it's called. Their chief, if he's still alive, his name is Hood. He might be more amenable to talking to you. And he kind of looks through the window at the high hill where the bulk gate resides. And he's like, this gate, it shouldn't be closed, but they're the ones that control it. It directly connects to the mine that they live in. They don't actually live in N3. If anyone's closed that gate, it's them. And I think I know why. It's because the water is getting polluted. They are trying to limit the exposure from the salt fields into N3. So they have more water to go on.
Okay.
Although, if you tell them that you caused the train crash, they will probably shoot you on sight as well. Which is why I'm saying don't talk to anyone ever. And then there's that.
We're not gonna say anything about the train. We don't need people to know that. Anyway, this ball gate, is it far away and the salt fields, do we need like a transportation thing, or is it possible to move around food?
The salt fields, they crest the very edge of this wandering storm. So in the center there's a storm that doesn't it's not like it's not, the eye of the storm is not in the center of the center of where the radiation comes from. The storm orbits the center of where you are going. So you need to go through it twice. And it'll absolutely destroy you.
Go over the storm?
No.
Or under?
And he kind of taps his wrist pad, and it kind of comes back to life. And he's like, actually, when you go out in the salt fields, all of your electronics are gonna stop working. You're gonna need to, and I know there's a way to do it. I just haven't explored it. I leave that to you guys. I'm just looking for a way to get out of here. But there's a way to shield your power sources in all of your electronics. It'll probably require downtime activities. So
We've
you
already
can,
made suits for those before. We can do it again.
he says, well, if anyone can figure it out, it's you, I'm sure. Firstly, you need to shield your wrist pad so you can even use tech powers, and then even your firearms, if you have any, anything that uses a fuel cell, they will probably work, but if you fire them out in the Aphotic Zone, they have a chance to malfunction. So all of your equipment needs to be stormproof. And then
So it needs to be insulated, is what you're saying.
I guess insulated will mean that it'll work sometimes. You need to develop some technology to shield yourself from the energy of the Stormlands, which permeates every single rock out in the salt fields. The salt fields are not a huge flat salt plain. It's actually a desert that has salt up to your knees. It's like walking through very thick rocky snow. And only once you've secured your own equipment can you even begin to consider constructing some vehicle that can go there to take you through that. And he kind of strokes his chin and he's like, there was something else, but I can't seem to remember. Like, the further in you get, like, I guess the storm gets very... He's like, I don't know, you need to do your own research.
Yeah, people told us about like something like time disappears and you can like come out. I think it's scientific bullshit, honestly. So I don't think.
Yeah, the droids told us.
Yes, they did.
And he kind of blinks his eyes and he's like, well, that doesn't sound possible. But then again, if your goddess produces infinite energy, then that is exactly what that would look like, right? Like, when you have large masses of energy, I guess it dilates time, right? That's what...
No. Bullshit.
Whatever, I don't know. I'm a mechanic, not a physician. Not a physicist. You guys figure it out.
Yeah.
And if you guys get in trouble and people start gunning to kill you guys, maybe don't come back here.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I mean that in
I
the
get
best
it,
possible
yes.
way. And
Yes. If we come, you will shoot us. You know, like I understand how this works. Yes.
Actually, no, I'll just run away and they'll probably kill me as well.
Run away. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
He gives you a scathing look, and he serves you guys some breakfast. And he says, "I'm not hungry. I'm gonna go."
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome, human. You know you're.
Yeah. Before that, I do have a credit chip with 596. Can I make it like 100 and give it to him? Say, you know, like if you will need to run away, this is something, maybe help you out. You're gonna give it back when we come back and people not gonna shoot us.
He narrows his eyes and he's like, "I don't
Okay.
really.
Fine. You okay, bro? You lost your chance. Bye bye.
That's actually better. I'm fine with that. Yes, I have my own. I think. Thank you."
Okay.
And he kind of
Human slips 100 credits into his pocket when he doesn't notice this.
there will be a sleight of hand check if you want to
Let's do that. Yeah.
If you want to do it without his
what,
knowledge.
what? Steal from my hands or what? Or like
No.
did he take it?
Put it in his pocket.
Oh.
Does that work?
No, that will be against his passive perception, which is at least 13.
Right.
He kind of
Just looks like you're fondling him.
yeah. Yeah, he
I
kind
think I
of.
will also see it and I'll say, what are you doing? You are ridiculous. I'm trying to do this like.
Paying for
connections,
breakfast. Shut up.
He kind of smiles at you. He instantly understands what it is you're trying to do, and he kind of nods at you, and he's looking like he's wanting to give you like an extra portion of eggs, but then you're a droid and you don't eat.
Yeah,
So
I
that-
don't eat the eggs.
Something kind return gesture. Thank you, human.
There you go.
And he kind of serves you food, and he's like, well, maybe I'll have a spot of breakfast actually. And he sits down with you to have breakfast. Is there anyone that doesn't eat the eggs?
Yeah, I don't eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now that you put it like that, it makes me suspicious, but no, I'll eat the egg.
No, I'll eat the egg, yeah.
I'm not eating the eggs. I'll take him kindly, but I'm not eating the eggs.
Okay.
Not much of a
Very
breakfast
suspicious
guy.
that you put it like this. Very suspicious.
Yeah,
I mean, it's more suspicious that I come from an egg, so it's a bit
That's
awkward.
very true.
yeah, that's like, did you know this show? That's.
Would you like some scrambled egg?
Oh.
Bought it this morning.
Everyone that does eat the egg gets 5 hit dice. And
Hooray.
human, unfortunately, you get nothing because you're a droid. You are maxed inspiration, otherwise they would have given you inspiration. And yeah,
Just give me a pat on the back. I'm also okay with that.
yeah, you get a pat on the back. And he says, as long as you're not too close to the bow gate, you can probably call me on my HoloLink. But that thing is not gonna work. Like 7 out of 10 times, it's not gonna work. But I'll take it with me anyway. And he leaves you there.
To the boat?
Yeah, he says the closer to the
Nice.
bow gate you get, the more your shit will stop working.
Okay.
So we're gonna cut here, I think, unless you guys have any admin.
Nope.
No.
No.
No, this is a great place.
We shall cut here. Thank you very much for playing. I'll see you next week, YouTube. I'll see
Yeah,
you.
thank you very
next
much,
year.
everyone, and thank you, Ice, for the game.
Have a good night.
It was
Like,
very-
favorite, and subscribe.
All three of you.
What's up, YouTube?
Bell button.
Hello. Hello. Mom, Neron's girlfriend, and who else? And Penn's mom as well. Hi, all three of our viewers. Hello, thank you for watching.
Kenobi, a name I
Not
haven't
sure.
quite heard in a while.
Alright, YouTube away.